turn me up. I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline, know what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.
Yes, and I am using a speaker. And before I go live right now, after I'm finished with this video, I want y'all to know, from now on, if you're commenting something weird, rude, disgusting, or you're just being mean and trying to call me ugly and chopped and stuff, coming at me, coming for me in my live or something, or in the comments on one of my videos, you know what I'm doing? I'm just going to block you because I'm tired of it and y'all are getting on my nerves. It's because I'm not the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4. Not even the 5. It's not the time or the place. I get paid to do this stuff. You do not. Let's not do this. Because I hate to block people's accounts. It gets on my nerves. And I bet you it's going to get on your nerves. So keep your comments. If they're rude, keep them to yourself.
Welcome back to the Vibers, the Blue Heart Gang, and if you're just getting here for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click those notification bells so that you can know every time I go live or when I do another upload, because now we are in a relationship and yeah, we got to get into this bullshit.
Work, and that person was me.
What up, Vibers? What's up? What it do, my boos? What is going on? Let me see who is here to get into this mess, okay? Hey, boos. Hey, Kenya. Hey, Love Bug. Hey, Sonia Sparkly Hand Girl Alive. What's up, Tatalicious? What is up? Love Joy. Hey, girls. Hey, y'all. So listen. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with this mess, but there is something going on with y'all are familiar with Joseline. Y'all remember Joseline. Hey, Blue Sapphire Girl Alive. How are you, Muffin? Before we even get started, any birthdays? Do we have any celebrating to do? Because I really want to get into this topic. I really do. Anything we need to celebrate, shout out. What's going on, Natasha? Natasha, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but for whatever reason, it came up in my memories. Let me put Natasha over here, y'all. So she really is as pretty as her avatar. Listen, girl. So you know how Facebook shows you your memories or whatever? And when I first met you, you were being interviewed by Ty when you were the Jet Beauty Girl Alive. So I just want y'all to know we have a alumni of the Jet Beauties of the Week amongst us Vibers, okay? So that is Natasha and she is here. So we should be, you know what I'm saying? We got a little status over here, okay? Shout out to her, okay? So listen, hey Elisha girl. Elisha, how come you don't have no ranch, girl? I'm make sure, let me fix that. Let me see if I can fix it right now. What is going on? So anyway, listen, I know everybody knows that the shit that goes on with these stuff that goes on in the celebrity world, right? Oh, you do have one. Duh. It didn't look like it from I'm looking at this screen, the eCam screen. So everybody knows that this stuff that goes on with these celebrities is not always cut and dry, right? And I want to say this, and then we need to shout out a sponsor so that we can get into it. Jocelyn had a whole bunch of stuff to say, and then Lemuel had something to say too. I don't know who decided to name that man Lemuel, but they didn't like him. That was his parents. Why would you name your child Lemuel? Why would you do that? Because for me, I'm like, what are they French? Is it La Mule? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, why would you name your unfortunate face child Lemuel? That don't even make no sense to me. That don't make no sense. I don't know. Like, why would you do it? So something about Lemuel's energy is very dark to me, very demonic, and we're gonna get into it a little bit. And believe me, I am not lost on Jocelyn's antics. I do recognize that she is in recovery now, that she's finally clean from years of addiction and all this kind of stuff. She's been very open about that. I've never necessarily been a a fan of Jocelyn, but I am woman first and I don't apologize for that. Um and I do feel like looking at what she's been going through probably over the last year, I do feel like she's the most sober ever. Do I think that sometimes she's a little extra? Yeah, but I think that that's reality TV. You know what I'm saying? That's how they all are or whatever. But I absolutely believe that that dude has some very very dark energy. Like if you have any sort of spiritual discernment or are you can see on any level, it don't take too long to look at this fool and see that he's a demon. What's up, Brad? She says, I believe Jocelyn too. They're gonna have an indictment soon. I give it a year or two. Something is going to pop off. I really maybe I'll do that. We're having a well, we have to do this on because I'm not even sure how to do this, but I'm having a I don't even talk about it right now. Not right now. Don't worry about it. But we're doing something today. But Lemuel, why is his name Lemuel? I still can't get over that. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this fool when we get back from break. Let me introduce and reintroduce to a lot of you guys. Um Lano shopping. Okay. This can be compared to Shein, Fashion Nova, but it is Black woman owned and she does not play about her business. And they are thick, girl friendly, and the fashions are high. I need to update the video to show you guys some more stuff. All right. So we are going to shout out the sponsor and then we'll come back and get right into the topic. Do me a favor and hit the like button, please. Thank you.
Now, girl, you know we don't gatekeep over here. Get yourself over to LanoShopping55.com right now. And I mean now. Look at this price point for this cute outfit. Have we not been looking for a shop that, number one, is owned by a Black woman, but number two, actually has cute and affordable clothing? Yes, look no further. Honey, I was so shocked when one of our Vibers showed us the website. I was like, yo, how come we don't know about this stuff? But look, I'm putting you on, check it out. And when I tell you there is not a piece on there that I would not rock or buy for someone else. And the prices are amazing. The fashions are right on point. And what I really love about her shop is how inclusive it is. And when I say that, this is what I mean. You know how like all the sexy clothes are usually for the skinny chicks? Not on Lano Shop, honey. On LanoShopping55.com, even the plus size baddies get good looking gear. And the price is still right. Make sure you guys head over there because listen, free shipping on orders over $50. And honey, you're gonna wanna spend more than $50. And you can actually get on the email list for an additional percentage off of your order. You cannot beat it. Baby, look at those jeans. I cannot wait to put these hips in those jeans. Head over there. Let me know what you guys think about it. landnoshopping55.com. There will be a link pinned in the comment section.
Work, and that person was me.
All right, so I'm sorry, I don't know why that video plays every time I come back to the screen, but that's just another video that we're going to look at after we go over what Joseline and Lemuel had to say. I see why they call him Lemmy. So I first want to say shout out to Sweet Ma for Life. She captured them and uploaded them so that content creators can use them. Make sure you guys check her out. She has some really good content over there. So go over there and check her out. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and see, because Joseline went live. She made some posts and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about it. Okay. Let's get into it again. Shout out to Sweet Ma for Life. Okay. She said he used to be very Christian. Yeah, I saw that his daddy is a Kojic bishop. And let me tell y'all something. This going to sound real ignorant. And I hope I don't offend anybody. But baby, it is what it is. Okay. I don't trust PKs. Okay. So I grew up in the church, baby. Every other member of every other uncle was a pastor, a deacon, a something. Okay. Okay, and I'm not anti-church. I'm definitely not anti-Christianity. I want everybody to find their God. Amen. But let me tell you, I ain't never seen a PK that you could trust. You can't trust them. Them PKs is usually hoes. Them PKs is they be dirty on the down low and all manner of filthy shit. I don't trust PKs. Okay? And just in case you don't know what a PK is just the acronym for preacher's kids. Okay? We don't trust them. Okay? Those of us that grew up in the church, we know we don't fuck with PKs. Excuse my French. I'm trying to stop cussing. Okay. Pray my strength in the Lord. Anyway, yeah. I'm not playing with no PKs. But it's for real though. I don't know any of them that are cool. And I'm talking from, and I know it's not everybody. So don't nobody come in here and say, well, my daddy was a pastor. Or I don't want to hear it. And I'm not talking about you or your daddy, but a lot of them, and I would say a great deal. I'm not even going to say the majority, but a lot of them that you meet, baby, it's something wrong. It's something wrong. And I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So let's go ahead and let me make sure we can catch this audio. Okay. All right. So this is what Joseline put out first. And so I'm going to let it play. I'm going to react. If you want to hear this without my big ass mouth, then go to Sweet Mom for Life's channel. She has it there.
How's everybody doing? I wanted to come in here. Excuse my appearance, but right now I'm truly scared for my life. Lemuel Plummer is a predator. Lemuel Plummer is a predator. He waited until I was pregnant to make threats. He waited until I was pregnant to
Hey, Jazz.
text my phone about taking my streaming network down. Lemuel Plummer, I'm not saying nothing that is not truth. Everything that I'm saying is truth. You are a predator. You get men and women to beat up people and you pay them. You're a mobster. You're a mobster. You're a predator and you go against women. You go against women that you think are by themselves and that are not going to protect themselves and that are not going to speak up for themselves.
And can I say something for a minute, y'all? Because I am going to be interrupting, like I had said. Listen, I remember when Krishan was exposing him, and I remember other people, and I do have a video of another young lady that talked about him. Here's my thing, and I have a lot to say about this dude, right? Yes, she is pregnant, right? Um, this is my thing. She's absolutely right. When you think about the demographic of women that that man attracts, he's going to attract women that do not have protectors, right? Because if you think about it, how many girls that have strong, solid relationships with the men in their family would end up on Zeus Network? These are women that are out there that are in survival mode and that are trying to get it however they can. And he knows nobody's checking for him. Now, my question is, and excuse me for this, but how much of a bitch is what's his name? Ballistic, if Lemuel thinks that he could play with Joseline. Okay. And then you have to think about it. Think about the women that he's done bad stuff to, and even think about this situation with Joseline. Joseline has a bad reputation, rightfully so. We know Joseline had been on that shit before. We knew Joseline used to be on the pole. We know what happened, with her and Stevie J, all of that mess or whatever. He knows nobody is going to believe them, especially by him being a PK. So yeah. And I don't know if I said this for people that are just getting in. She did start her own network. And so that's why this started. Okay.
Right now, I'm pregnant. I'm 39 years old. I'm pregnant with the first kid of my husband. And you choose to wait till I'm pregnant to say anything to me about my streaming app. You're sending threats to my phone. You have people calling my phone, making threats to my phone, and I'm fear for my life. You're making threats to my phone, Lemuel Plummer. I fear for my life. Everybody in Zeus Network and all the cast members in Zeus Network knows that you pay people to beat up your cast members. They know that you pay people to make your cast members bloody and to harass them and to control their narrative. You're $1 billion man. You are so upset that I started my own little streaming app that you saying I'm being defamatory towards you. It's not defamation when I'm speaking the truth. You're an evil man, and I'm fearing for my life, and I'm going live just in case I get my car shot up in Miami where I'm at. Because I'm in Miami, and I know you be in Miami all the time, and every time you come to Miami, you fuck with me, and you didn't think.
So just, I don't know. What are y'all, I don't think that she's lying. Because like you think about it, like when people lie a lot, I'm not saying that she won't lie or that she don't lie, whatever. But look, I'm not a good liar. Okay. And I think everybody has told a lie, like under whatever circumstance. Like, but I feel like you gotta build a lie or something. And she just she doesn't seem like she's building. She seems like she's recalling a situation.
Think I would let the world know how you being acting like a fucking predator while I'm pregnant. You want to go online and put this fake face on. You want to go online and act like you this good guy. You're not a good person, Lemmy. You're not a good person. You're not a good person, and it's going to come to light. It's going to come to light what you've been doing to people, what you've been doing to young ladies. You harass every female on your network. Not just me, you harass Janisha, Scotty. How many times have you beat up Janisha? How many times have you beat up Scotty? How many times have you beat up those baddies?
Hey, pretty damn gangster.
How many times have you paid these people off for them not to take you to court?
And I believe that. And if you think about the girl, like take people like Krishan, people that are used to being abused. They all, what do they want? All they want is some money and a little clout. So I believe that he can verbally and even physically abuse them. And I'm sorry, but I feel like it's something else going on there. Spiritually, I do. I really do.
You're not gonna get away with it, Lemmy. You can't go around harassing people, sending death threat to people, and then going online and saying, "Oh, I'm being they just telling lies to me." How many women are going to say the same thing about you and nobody's gonna believe them. How many women, how many young ladies got to go online, Lemuel Plummer, to talk about surviving Zeus Network and surviving the predator, Lemuel Plummer? How many young women? Who's got to get killed? Who's got to get killed? Is it going to have to be me? So you're going to kill me with my pregnant baby, Lemuel Plummer? So now you're going to kill me with my pregnant baby? Now you're going to kill me. How many people in your network got to go on live and tell the truth about you, and you act like it's all a lie? How can possibly 100,000 motherfuckers be lying on you and the stuff that you're doing or you're done, Lemmy? You contacted me, you harassing me on my phone, you harassing me on my text messages, telling me to shut down my network because it's direct competition with your network.
Well, I could see him making an argument for that. And I don't know what was in their contract, but I did listen to some of what Lemuel said. And I think that might be part of the problem. But I also think that also might be validating why she's saying he might be messing with her. Even if she's in breach of contract, does not mean that she does not deserve to be treated fairly and to not feel like she's under attack.
You trying to stop me from feeding my daughter and feeding my unborn kid? And now you want to fucking kill me making those threats online? We will deal with this accordingly. What, you gonna have somebody shoot my car up in Miami? That's what you gonna do? You're gonna kill me and my baby, but you going online saying, oh, I know she's pregnant and I know this is a sensitive space, a sensitive time. No, I was doing just fine. I just had the premiere of Get Money Girls Miami in Miami. I shouted you out. When people was asking, am I competing with other networks? I said, I'm not competing with anybody. I shouted everybody out, and I said, thank you guys for supporting Why You Here TV. All of a sudden, you know I'm pregnant, and you want to start texting me shit about me taking a picture with somebody that came to support me. Telling my husband I need to take down the network at once. Sending me messages. You're going to deal with this accordingly. Are you going to get somebody to shoot my car up like you do with everybody else? Are you going to get somebody to kill me while I'm pregnant? With my second child? At my old age? You're going to get somebody to kill me and my baby?
So I've been seeing a lot of people saying that Joseline is literally just being over the top and reactive or whatever. But I'm sorry. I think it's coming from a real place. I can't say for sure that she's literally being over the top based on what we know happens in the music industry. Like, we know that for sure that Sean Combs had somebody's car shot up. We know for sure that there are several. I mean, look at the stuff that Suge Knight has done. Don't even get me started. I'm so mad I cannot find some of those old videos that I did, like on some of these cover-ups that have happened in the industry. It's a real threat. I don't think that she's capping. I just don't. I don't think so, y'all. Let me know what y'all think.
Bitch, that's what you want to do to me? After all the years that I gave you, after all the secrets that I kept because you make a threat every fucking time, after all the secrets I kept from you and that fucking network for years, I kept all your dirty secrets from Ashley and all the producers, making girls fight each other, making people hit people with bottles and make people bleed and cut each other. After all the secrets I kept because of your fucking threats, one morning you wake up and you're gonna cut my checks that I'm supposed to be getting in perpetuity because you claim I'm a direct competitor to you? Are you fucking kidding me? Little old me, bitch. I've been on TV my whole life making all these networks wealthy.
And that's facts, though. That's facts. So XO Baby Mo said, I think Joseline laid down with the devil and didn't like the deal she got. She was also on drugs. And what I've noticed, I've seen a lot of men take this stance. Well, it didn't matter. You didn't care about it when it was happening or whatever. Just like every abusive situation, if anybody knows anything about something as simple as domestic violence, the most dangerous time for you is when you're leaving. And most people who leave abusive situations, they take 6 to 7 times before they finally leave. Okay. So that's why I'm not willing to go like a lot of the men are saying, oh, she now she want to talk. What you talking for now? She was on drugs. She's clean now. And obviously she's doing stuff to put herself in a position to where she doesn't have to rely on him. She's building her own network for the first time. Think about it. She's positioning herself so that she's making her own money, that she's building her own shit because she has. I mean, I look, the only reason why I watched Love and Hip Hop because I was still in my salon working when that was going, when that was out, and I only watched it primarily at one point because of Joseline. You gonna keep me on the pole, Stevie. Every time you make me mad, every time I make you mad, Stevie, you threaten to put me on the pole to the script club. You know what I'm saying? Like she literally look, even though a lot of it was distasteful, a lot of it was just like, girl, go sit down somewhere. It was, she did build these spaces, and I would have to say the only reason why I've ever downloaded Zeus Network was because of Joseline. That's the only reason. I don't have it anymore, but that's the only reason why I had it in the first place. Is my sound okay, guys? Let me know if my sound is okay.
I made VH1, Viacom, BT, everybody wealthy, Zeus Network wealthy. As soon as I want to make myself wealthy and do something for my kids, now I'm the formation of your character ain't nothing.
Thank you.
Your character is nobody believes your character. You pay people to get beat up, so you're going to get people to shoot me up in Miami. I'm on my way to the police station to make a report on you, because if I come up dead, you're going to jail. You're going to jail, but you know what? I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for me, and I'm going to fight for everybody that you ever did wrong. You thinking that you can make threats to people, vague threats? Oh, we're gonna deal with it according. You're gonna send me to get killed. You're gonna put out a hit out on me, Lemmy. You're gonna put out a hit out on the woman that started your company, the woman that make your company be legitimate. 7 years, I worked hard to get you to be where you at, and I'm pregnant. Look at my belly. Look at my belly. I'm pregnant. My stomach is out here. I'm a 39-year-old woman. I should not be getting this stress. I haven't done anything to you. I haven't done anything to Zeus Network. And you making threats?
Yeah, especially like if she's still shouting him out, if she's still, doing what she's supposed, why would he be threatening her? Incoming pressure said, I don't think she deserves to be threatened, and I believe Lemmy is a devil, but is it fair to say that he had been in reality TV space before Zeus? She had been in a reality space before Zeus. She didn't have an entertainment lawyer review her contract. I'm not sure, but what I do know is that the girl was on drugs. So, if you a clucker, baby, it don't you probably don't have anybody looking out for you. I mean, she was a straight up clucker. Like this girl was doing, more coke than the law allows. We could tell she was out there messed up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you think about all of the grown adult male celebrities that have been taken advantage of in the entertainment business when they were on drugs, when people are vulnerable, that's when they get you. Hey, Dr. Pat Girl Alive. Salam, hey boo. Hey girl. Hey child. Hey girl. Okay.
You sending me messages? We're gonna deal with this accordingly. What does that mean? Are you gonna try to get me shot? They found a dead body in Zeus Network office. We ain't hear nothing about that. What happened?
I'm gonna look that up real quick, child. I need to know something about that. And somebody, I'm sorry I didn't catch it. Somebody, if you're still here, was telling me to look up some woman. If y'all have something that y'all need me to see during the stream, send it to Aaliyah TV on Instagram so she can get it to me.
happened to that boy that died outside of your network? What happened to that boy? What happened to that body that they found outside of your network? What happened to him? Why we don't hear about that? Defamation of character. You have no character. And the people that works for you, all your producers, they have no character. And for Janisha, after all the times you beat her up, is still working up under you and having fucking contacted the FBI to tell them what you done to her. She's a fucking lunatic. And everybody that's around is a fucking lunatic. And that's why I started Why You Here TV. Because I wanted to get away from Zeus. Even in my last reunion at the cabaret, y'all didn't even see me on stage. Y'all didn't even see me on stage. I didn't even go on stage. I didn't want to be there. Because I don't want to be around y'all no more. I got with y'all when I was 31 years old, still very young-minded. I was 31 when I got with Zeus Network. Still very stupid in the brain, very dumb, very slow still. Didn't really know shit. Just finished fucking with Stevie J and Mona and VH1, and my hair was fucked up. I was getting high on cocaine and doing stupid shit. I've been clean for going on 4 years.
Girl, I don't know about no 4 years. I wish it was, but I don't know, baby. But listen, so I looked up, it's the Raina Dunlap. I think that's what they were trying to tell me. Somebody was trying to tell me in the chat. But I looked and it said Raina Dunlap, a 30-year-old social media influencer, was found dead on January 16, 2025 in Cleveland, Ohio. The context was she was reportedly in Cleveland to audition for the Zeus Network series Baddies Midwest, and her body was found in an abandoned house. The Zeus Network response was that she was not cast in the series and that her death was not affiliated with them. And the investigation, while initial reports suggested a potential drug overdose, her family suspected foul play. Okay, and says there was also a separate incident in September 2025 involving the passing of a security guard named Lee, affiliated with the Zeus Network. Now, I know people die, so I don't know anything about that story, so I'm going to do a little bit more research about that. But look, I don't know. But when bodies start falling around celebrities and popular people, baby, I'm never thinking that it's always something innocent. Okay. You can believe it or not and think that because of people like, for people like Jag who lie and stretch the truth about what happens in the industry, the spiritual contracts, the deaths, the blood oaths and all this kind of stuff. And I don't even necessarily mean an actual literal sacrifice in the traditional sense, but they do stuff. Okay, they do stuff. These people play for keeps. You may not believe in it, but they do, and they look, they absolutely participate.
4 years. And you try to make a bitch relapse. This is the type of predator shit that I speak of. When I speak of a predator like Lemmy, you sending me threats on my messages. Take down my company at once, but you stop my payments. And if I don't take this down or that now, you're gonna see me accordingly. You're gonna kill me? You making those type of threats? You got people calling my phone private, this and that, silence. Like, you're not gonna say anything. What are you saying? Where am I so you can come and shoot me up? That's your doing, Lemuel Plummer. That's your doing. That's your doing. Defamatory of character. You have no character. Your whole network is set up from violence. It's nothing but violence in your network. Your network is the most disgusting network in life. It's so much violence going on in your network. It's blood everywhere. Shit everywhere.
Natasha.
It's nasty. It's disgusting. It's devil worshippers all over there. And you messing with the people over there overseas. And you told me yesterday on the phone, my shareholders, which I ain't going to say no names yet, My shareholders are calling me about Joseline. So you got people in Israel calling you about me? You got the mobsters from Israel calling you about me while I'm in America with child? At my old age?
And see, the rabbit hole definitely goes deep with a lot of these entertainment situations. And it goes so deep that that sounds unreasonable to most people, right? But it does not sound unreasonable to people that have been following these types of stories and that have seen celebrities talk about this kind of stuff. And like the fact that she's mentioning that, yeah, who's like they're going to be able to discredit her. Absolutely.
You're trying to kill me. And this is why I say you're trying to kill me. You did it to Scotty the whole pregnancy. You cheated on Scotty. You beat up Scotty. You talk crazy to Scotty. You abused Scotty. You used her. You misused her. You did everything to that lady. Why?
She's not lying, okay? Regardless of what Scotty and that other chick are saying, because from what I understand, they're basically saying, no, this is not happening. Them bitches lying. Look at her. You can tell when somebody is lying about something like that. The way that she's talking, the where her voice inflection, her body language, she is not lying. She witnessed that shit. She witnessed Scotty being abused. She witnessed that other girl getting beat up. She is not lying. She's not lying. I'm sorry.
She was with your child. Everything. You know what? I wanted to come in here and address the bullshit he was saying about me. Like I'm defamatory to him.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I have to stop. Dr. Pat, oh my God, thank you so very much for the memberships. Shout out to Dr. Pat, okay? Dr. Pat has gifted 50 memberships, okay? So we have 50 new people that we are in a relationship with now, y'all. We got 50 new Vibers. Welcome in to the Vibers, okay? So, hold on, y'all. We got to celebrate. I'm sorry. It's 50 new people. It's 50 new people. Okay. So let's get into it. Honda Lily, Miss Prayer, Peace, Love, Honey 7808, JMM 5510, Asalithia. I know I butchered that. Justin's Mom 96, Great Karma, XO Baby Mama, Alikia R, Demi, Taurus Queen, Dime Sweet Bakes, TC Crafts and Shit, Wink, Brother Brown 55, Zenezi 4542, Shireen 2332, Danielle White 2771, Such a Lady, Classy 1 CCD, Jera Baby, Love Lonnie, Erica Williams, Brooklyn Baddest, Arise or Eris Melanated, Queen Imani, Mompreneur J, Crystal T, Eternal Flame, Naomi 5358, Chemtrail Hater, A Woman at All Times, Sassy Blue, So Happy 2025, Me, Myself, and I, Miss Nisi, Mr. Dennis Byron, Cat Talks, Randa Baby, Don't Fart on My Thigh. Why is that your name? Why the hell is your name Don't Fart on My Thigh? What in the hell is wrong with you, Muffin? Welcome, because we in a relationship with you too. Nubian Sis. It's Kim Lee, Simply Brina, 30, Girl, What's the Tea, Motivation Nation, Naomi, Child of Yahweh, 5-star, Bobby Jean, Judia. Okay, shout out to the new Vibers. Welcome. Drop your blue gavel in the chat because, baby, we in a relationship. We got 50 new members, okay? Shout out and welcome, baby. Let's make it official. Thank you so very much, Dr. Pat. I thank you so much.
But you're making threats to me, vague threats, getting people to call my phone and all of that stuff. I'm trying to have a good pregnancy and I want to keep trying to thrive, even though he's doing everything in his power to shut down my company while you're here TV and to shut me up. He wants to kill me. He wants me to be quiet. He took my money. I'm not getting no more payments on my payments in perpetuity with that network. He took my money. He's been abusing me for years. He's been abusing me mentally for years. And I haven't said a word. I haven't said a word. I've been quiet about it. I haven't said nothing. But now when you're trying to abuse me and make threats and send messages to my phone and do all of that stuff, it's a different story. Now I gotta let the world know you're trying to kill me and you're trying to send attacks on me. Because if I come out missing, this is gonna fall on you. I'm gonna get out this live now because I gotta really try to continue to survive and thrive, especially now that my money that I worked so hard for the 7 years, he took him. He took my money. He's trying to steal Joseline's cabaret, which I own. So I'm gonna get out this phone. I wanted to come in here and address what he went on live to say. But you're a predator. And hopefully the feds will take you down. Because you're not bigger than the program, Lemuel Plummer. You're not bigger than the program. And you're not God. It's the God out here. And it's not Lemuel Plummer.
Okay, so I don't know. What do y'all think? I just don't. Look, I don't think she's acting. I believe that whatever it is that she's saying, she has experienced it. And again, we know that Joseline has a past. She has told she was on, she was on that mess and all this kind of stuff. I just don't think that she's lying because there are too many women that have come out about this dude, and just by virtue of the demographic. Okay, it was something I was gonna say a little while ago. She mentioned Mona Simone. Was that Mona Scott? I'm sorry, not Mona Simone. Mona Scott. Mona Scott. It's gonna be a surviving Mona Scott too. Okay? Because I don't think Mona Scott, in my opinion, is no different. Okay. But word has it that Mona Scott and Missy Elliott, they're a little on the friendly side, if you get what I'm saying, allegedly. But we'll talk about that at another time. But listen, too many women, okay? Too many women have come out. We're gonna listen to Lemuel's part, and then we're gonna get into a little bit more of why I believe Joseline. Okay. Shout out to Great Karma 777 for the super chat. Thank you so very much, Muffin. I definitely appreciate it. Said, oh, yikes, bless her heart. I know, right? And shout out to Songs by Alicia. Hey, girl, alive. She said, Stevie J played a big role in her addiction and Zeus carried on the pimping. He's mad because he wants control. He's mad that she's smarting up. They hate ownership because they demand control. And that's it. That is it. I believe that. I do believe, but again, it is not lost on me that Joseline is capable of bullshit and that she does bullshit. But in this case, there's some authenticity here. Okay. I'm not trying to say this. She might not be exaggerating on something. She might not have got something wrong, but the base of this energetically, what I'm getting is she's not lying. Okay. Okay, so let's see what Angel Face Catrice says. But we also have to remember who we are talking about here. Look how Joseline treated those women on her show. She's just as bad as Lemmy. If he did what she wanted, she would not be trying to out him. Perhaps. And I look again, this is why the very nature of that network is demonic. The demographic of people that it attracts to go and sit over there and exploit themselves and go through the shit that they go through. Those are vulnerable people. Those are people in survival mode. So those are people that can be abused. Okay. And that's part of what the industry does. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Christine. Thank you so very much, Christine Leach, for the super chat. I definitely appreciate the support. And I do. She says, Nyla, I believe her because Krishan Rock and Akbar from Love and Hip Hop complained on YouTube about him. Sure did. And let me tell you something. Akbar is a mammy. Do y'all know what a mammy is? Drop a blue heart. It's not Ancient Mama on a pancake box. Akbar V is a 100% a mammy. She is male identified and she absolutely will put on a super cape for a man, okay? She will defend R. Kelly, talking about God, he did it, yeah, but let the Lord handle it or some shit like that. That girl will defend men to the end. If Akbar V comes out about a Negro, baby, it's the truth, because men can do no wrong. Okay, according to Akbar, these men is victims of everybody but women. Okay, so if she come out and say you did something, I believe it. All right, now let's go over to the next. He responded. So let's go over here and look. Let me tell y'all something again. If you wasn't here when I first got here, y'all, I don't know, and I'm not trying to offend you. If you were a PK, God bless you. I don't trust PKs, and I don't trust PKs that look like this. I don't look at people for their regular looks. Baby, I can see the demonic appeal to this guy. I can see the energy that this man possesses. And this is a low down, dirty, and look, I'm about to start cussing real bad, but let me put it like this. And y'all can take this how you want to take it. And I'm not trying to sound offensive. I'm trying to save somebody's life, okay? Somebody that grew up is ugly, excuse me. Somebody that grew up as ugly as he is and is skinny, more than likely was getting his ass whooped up and down the bleachers when he was at school, didn't get the girls, and didn't nobody want him, and he only came up because of some money. That's a dangerous ass nigga. I'm trying to tell you right now, okay? And an incel that flipped and got some money and now he can get women. That's a dangerous nigga, and that's a nigga with that's out to get back. Okay, that's what's wrong with Anton Daniels. That's what's wrong with half of the goddamn manosphere. That's what's wrong with a lot of these Negroes out here in the street. You do not go with, as much as they like to say, women need to consider the nerd or whatever. I'm not saying that may not have some merit to it, but when he is an old sick ass, ugly, been getting his ass whooped all his life, never got the girl, what woman wants to deal with a man that ain't used to women? Okay, don't be the crash dummy, because especially someone with that much money and power over the type of women that he could never be around in life before until he got money. You dealing with a dangerous motherfucker. I'm telling you right now. Okay, you dealing with somebody that will whoop your ass for breakfast, lunch, and motherfucking dinner. Okay, that's what he will do. You dealing with somebody that will humiliate you, that will suppress you, and then make you think that it's your fault. That's what that is, and he's doing it because in his mind, that's what you deserve, because he's going to make you pay for what all them other bitches that you don't know did. Amen. All right, let's see what he got to say.
Hey guys, hope everybody's having a great.
But can we get some likes though, y'all? We got 245 likes. Can I get 200 more likes? Amen.
Saturday. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Oh, it's a lot going on. Shout out to all the girls in Vegas who did their big one yesterday. Yesterday was a great show. So shout out to the baddies. It was an amazing experience. Vegas, you guys did your big one, so we appreciate you guys coming out and supporting the baddies. I want to start by saying regarding Joseline. I want to start by saying I'm aware that Joseline is pregnant, and I want to acknowledge that with care and respect.
Narcissist. Her pregnancy does not have a lot to do with the meat and potatoes of what she's talking about. And when a narcissistic man or anybody who has an agenda wants to do, when they got their feet to the fire or when you're inspecting their asses, is they want to disarm you. Typically, how they go about disarming you is by pretending to put on they put on this false sense of humility. They all of a sudden become thoughtful human beings. Never forget his network. Okay, so while he's sitting there, speaking very calmly, very measured, and all of this kind of stuff, Psychologically, you have to understand what's happening here. He's disarming you. He's disarming you because he already knows that Joseline has a certain reputation. People look at Joseline a certain way, and he knows how to play the game. He's the business owner. He knows how to articulate himself a little bit better. So he's going to sit here and pretend to be, the respectable. Joseline's pregnant. I acknowledge that. He's selling something. Now let's see what he's selling.
That's a significant life moment, and I understand it can come with a lot physically and emotionally. Like from a human standpoint, I do have empathy for her. I do, and I'm genuinely happy for her and Ballistic, and I understand the emotions that come with pregnancy.
The emotions that come with pregnancy don't have a motherfucking thing to do with trafficking, don't have nothing to do with taking her money, don't have nothing to do with whooping on Scotty. None of that has anything to do with that. So right now, what he's trying to do, exactly this is true, is gaslight. He's gaslighting. And again, please do not be fooled that he is also trying to disarm. Okay. He's sitting there, oh, she's just emotional. You know what I mean? Because she is pregnant. And, Joseline is a very emotional woman. Whether or not she's pregnant, she's emotional. She emotes very often. She reacts. That's what she does. And men like him know how to use it against her. It's just like men like this. Think about how Remy said that Pap was beating on her, but said that she couldn't tell nobody because, like he said, no one's going to believe you. You went to prison. Somebody shot you. They use your behavior against you. Okay? Narcs like this, that's what they do. And that's what he's doing now. I see right through this fool.
I've seen that up close recently with Scotty. And in fact, hold on, guys. Let me see who this is. 1 second. I'm so sorry. Hey. Okay, no worries. I'm on live. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys, we're in Vegas. So, no, thank you. I'm good. No, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry, those cleaners. Times are gonna. All right. So.
Hey, new girl.
I know I do have a little disfluency. I do say a lot when I'm talking. I gotta kind of work on that. I'm good. Thank you so much. No,
baby,
I'm good. I'm on a live right now.
You say a lot, baby, because you're trying to measure your lies. That's what you're doing. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thanks. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, I was saying that I'm happy for her and Ballistic. I can relate to that personally. Just with Scotty and her pregnancy. So I'm not here to attack her or add any stress or unnecessary stress. But at the same time, I'm not going to allow false narratives or allegations to be made about me or the company without addressing them. And that's why I'm really speaking on this today. This is not new. This is a pattern of behavior. When things don't go her way, she goes on social media and starts this disparaging and defamation campaign against people who don't either agree with her or who she's upset with. Not in just business, but even.
Can somebody tell me who she defamed before? Or did she defame Stevie J? Because we definitely saw the dildo up his butt. She didn't lie. Okay? She didn't lie on Stevie J. She didn't even lie on what's her name? She called her the maid. Mimi. She didn't lie on Mimi. You know what I'm saying? So can somebody tell me who Joseline has defamed? Because I may have missed it. Seriously, who did she defame?
Personally close to her. That's something that I just can't sit back and ignore when it's directed at me and Zeus. I can't. To be clear, we've paid Joseline very well over the years. This is not about what we've what we've paid her. This is about payments moving forward, and fulfilling agreed upon obligations. And that's, to me, equally clear. This is not about a picture with another network owner, which I've seen some people post. It's not about that. It's about pretty much the broader contractual framework she agreed to, including exclusivity, restrictions around direct or indirect competition, and performance-based obligations such as participation and promotion. More recently, it also involves honoring key provisions in her agreement, including non-disparaging, confidentiality, and refraining from making false and defamatory statements, both personally and professionally.
If it's the truth, it's the truth. Okay. It's not disparaging if it's the truth, Muffin.
Regarding Zeus, his executives, me, the team, these are just very standard, clearly defined terms that we agreed on by both parties, and we expect them to be respected just as we uphold on our end. These specific provisions in her agreement that have been breached, we've made an effort to address this privately, respectfully, calmly, in good faith, and we're still willing to do so. That includes multiple attempts to communicate directly, find a resolution without bringing it into the public. Joseline is entertaining. We get it. She's brought value to the platform. We respect that. And we genuinely thought we were beyond this. But at the end of the day, this is business. When you agree to terms, especially around exclusivity, conduct, and professional obligations, you're expected to honor, them, just like you would expect us to honor our commitments.
So I don't think that that's not a legitimate point. If there is if she's under some sort of contractual agreement, as far as starting her own network or whatever, but I would be interested in seeing that in writing. Like, I would hope that, even though I do believe the Ballistic is probably a piece of shit, I don't know him, but I would think that because this is the woman that he's married, he's helping her raise Bonnie Bella, he's with her, that he at least would have looked out for her as far as the contract is concerned. Because I mean, come on now, we know Joseline was not altogether there. Wasn't she didn't she got arrested and then, had to go on probation and all this kind of stuff. So like, somebody needed to be looking out for her.
All we're asking for: accountability, respect, and what we agreed to. And just so everybody understands, we support all of our content partners. We've always supported our content partners. We love our content partners. We've had a lot of them over the years that we have been working with for a long time. We've tried to create as much real value and opportunities for people that most networks just, wouldn't even take a chance on, for various reasons. And when others have gone to pursue additional ventures in the industry or in business, like building their own networks and platforms, like with Ray J, you guys saw he, launched his Tronics network, or when Stunner Girl launched, I believe, her network. We've had meaningful conversations prior to those launches to establish the proper framework, and we've supported those efforts from afar. That's never been the issue. What matters is how it's handled. We have clear protections in place, especially around exclusivity and direct and indirect overlap when it pertains to similar platforms, business models, and content. Those provisions exist for a reason, and they were agreed to by both sides. If someone wants to step outside of that, it has to be done professionally, transparently, and in accordance with the structure of the agreement. No one is trying to stop Joseline at all, or any of our content partners from growing or evolving or continuing to be as successful as they are. No one's trying to ever stop that. If someone wants to step outside of what we agreed to, it just has to be handled professionally and formally. We've been more than flexible than, honestly, most networks and most business, partners. But structure is still, it's important. Structure still matters. Agreements still matter. And that's what it comes down to. The bottom line, it really makes zero sense for Zeus to continue to pay someone, specifically Joseline, to operate and compete against us outside of the framework of the agreement. That's it. This is what this is all about. That's it.
So I'm curious, because I didn't watch his whole response. Is he going to address any of what she made? Some very strong allegations. And the fact that she's mentioning things that she believes is FBI worthy, you're not bigger than the program. You've been beating up Scotty. You didn't beat up Janisha. You didn't did all of this. Address that. How come he's not addressing that? Shout out to TMKC. Thank you so very much for the Cash App. I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so very much.
So, you know, at the same time, we're still open to resolving this amicably, and we encourage her and her team to do so and do the right thing so we can all move forward the right way and peacefully. And that's really what it's about. So I just wanted to clear up everything that you guys have been seeing circulating online. You know, it's annoying and a little frustrating, but it is what it is, and it's something that we just have to do and deal with. So, you know, it's not really, like I said, it's not about competing or anything like that. It's just honoring the agreement. The way we would honor the agreement, we just expect her to honor the agreement. That's it. That's all it is. Okay? So that's it. Well, you guys have a great Saturday and weekend. We will be, and I know you guys have been asking for the Bad Boys and Baddies Gone Wild shows, which we're going to be releasing very, very soon.
No, I haven't been asking. I know people, watch that shit, but I can't. But listen, these are strong allegations, right? How come his attorney isn't speaking for him? Because I just even thinking about, just because she did call him Diddy 2.0, the very first time that situation was addressed by Diddy, it was addressed, if memory serves, by his attorneys first. And then the next time he addressed something was when the tape came out with Cassie. And it was a very measured response even then. This seems like this is him just trying to fight the social media demons. Child, okay. Tyson No Mike says he's not going to address that. He's going to sue her. I want to see it.
Soon, so look out for that. I'm excited to give you guys one more glimpse of those two shows. They're separate shows, so we are going to be releasing those very soon. We have a really cool strategy of how we want to roll those shows out, which we will do, and that's what we're excited about. So yeah, we look forward. Baddies is doing very well. We have some really cool projects in the works, in development. We do plan on putting out more content, which we will be putting out more content. And we will be hiring more folks behind the scenes. We're a very female-driven network. We have a lot of women who work behind the scenes, obviously in front of the screen, and we're very proud to provide those jobs and those opportunities. And we look forward to continuing to grow and scale our business. And we look forward to doing what most networks just wouldn't do. We're an independent network. We appreciate every subscriber. We appreciate everybody who views the shows, and we are really looking to expand and diversify our content in many different ways, and we will be doing that. We look forward to giving more people opportunities. That's what they'll look like us. They'll look like us, and that's the bottom line. We want to make sure that people that are black, that are brown, and if you ever come to a Zeus set, you'll see that most of the people that work behind the scenes are black, brown, minority, and we love it. It's something that you just don't see in the industry, and we take pride in that. So we look forward to continuing, like I said, to grow in those areas and provide more jobs, diversify our content, not only just unscripted but scripted. We want to hire producers, directors, writers.
You see how this is? So now we're doing a job call to action throughout this. This is what I meant at the beginning, where he's turning the spin cycle. Okay, he's turning the spin cycle. He's literally trying to make it to where, oh, he cannot be that bad. He's hiring black people. He's doing this, he's doing that. Like that is complete total redirection. But someone said something that I was going to address towards the end before we get off here, and I want to say this. Listen, I am not lost on the fact that I suspect this man actually might be a Luciferian. And let me explain a little bit. I don't want to go all the way into it, because a lot of people are not interested in stuff like that. But people that are practicing the Luciferian system, a lot of things that they do are the inversion of Christianity. So, like the person said, you drop the Z and you put a J, right? Zeus as an entity, period. People would say that that is the inversion of Christianity, right? It is the Greek god and all this kind of stuff. He is and that was a reference that Jocelyn also made. She was like, "There's only one God, and it's not you." Okay, why would a black man name his network after a Greek god? A black man that literally came from a black church. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll maybe we'll do a behind the scenes and talk a little bit more about that. But like, I am not lost on the inversion using Zeus as the name. I'm not lost on that at all. And in fact, I haven't watched the Zeus Network in a long time because it's really easy to spot. There's a language there. Some of the things that they say, and I'm trying not to go on a tangent about it or whatever, but when they're communicating, a lot of times they'll be saying things that just sounds like they're saying a sentence, and a word or two may be just a little off um that you might view as just, bad pronunciation or something like that, but it's purposeful because they are always spelling, for lack of better words. If you know, you know. So let me go ahead and let him get through this spiel.
We just launched Zeus Music. We have a really dope deal with a major label that we'll be announcing very soon. And so yeah, so that's it. And that's it, guys. I look forward to doing everything, and that's really it. But thank you guys for listening, and I'm sure we'll be sharing more updates with Zeus soon. All right, so you guys will be seeing some things about where you can work.
Do you see what he did right there? People want jobs, okay? Having the ability to employ people is a power move. It's a powerful position, right? So when you are, he's really good at this. This dude is a textbook narc, okay? So now when we think about this situation, listening to what he's talking about, Jocelyn becomes the emotional pregnant woman that's just talking, right? She's the emotional pregnant woman that's lying on this man that put together a network of women that he just exploits and that exploits themselves, and that literally paint the worst picture of women, mainly black women, right? But Jocelyn's the bad guy. But hey, like, if you're looking for a job, I'm looking for directors, I'm looking to hire people. So now you'll put it out of your mind if you're interested in working on social media, if you want to be a director, if you want to do that, even if you were leaning towards believing what Jocelyn said, now it don't matter what Jocelyn said, because I need a job. Because I need a job now, you know? Shout out to Danny. Hey, girl. She says, no shade or anything, although I don't particularly like the chick, but she's looking like Rhoda Brick, Rhoda Brick Lady these days. Who, girl? Who looking like that, child? You got to tell me.
Behind the scenes and in front of the screen very soon. We'll hold more auditions. Like I said, we have some really cool we have new shows and new opportunities that we look forward to announcing. So life is great. Life is great. Shout out to Scotty, my baby, both my babies, Scotty and Iceland, who I miss dearly. So life is different now, it's it's interesting, but it's and not only interesting, it's a blessing, and it's humbling to have a new baby. So it's definitely put a lot of things in perspective for me. So yeah. All right.
Child, look, the one thing that we don't have to worry about is now Clarissa ignorant ass over at Zeus Network. They ain't gonna be whooping her ass. Okay, they might be exploiting her, making her look like a damn fool, which that's what she likes to do any goddamn way. But they ain't gonna whoop her ass. Okay, and I don't think he gonna whoop Scotty's ass in front of her. And then maybe that's why Clarissa had that energy for him in the ring, because like she looked at him, she was like, she with me today. Remember that? It was kind of like, this my bitch tonight. That's how she. It was weird. It was really weird the way she came off.
All right. All right. So I hope that makes sense. Having to get on here, and I don't expect, I expect, hopefully, we have some positive resolve, but, it's not going to surprise me if things continue to drag on a little bit, but I'm not going to keep addressing this stuff. So that's where I'm at. And just wanted to clear the air because people were confused. It's pretty simple. Hopefully.
Okay, I'm just stopping because Michi3 said boxing is way different than fighting, though. You right. Because in a boxing match, Clarissa Shields would beat the dog stuff out of me. But in a fight, I molly whoop that hoe. Sure would.
What I said made sense. And it was pretty clear. It's just not, difficult to understand what's going on. So, and yeah, if I never want to say this to people. I see some people in the comments and, take legal action. And, obviously we know our rights, and if we need to do that, we will. But, I'm always the type of person that just would like to resolve things amicably before it kind of goes.
No, you don't. You can't resolve something amicably when you've accused me of trafficking, beating your is him and Scotty clearly not married, but she didn't accuse you of beating Scotty, beating Janisha, bodies being found at Zeus Network, blood and all this stuff, and you can resolve that amicably. This is part of the play. Like when he starts off in the beginning where he's talking about, well, I know Joseline's pregnant, and I know, she's, it's emotional. I just dealt with Scotty being pregnant and Joseline's pregnant. That's all of that. To see Joseline just work with him and he's offering jobs to the community. It's such bullshit, y'all.
Goes that route. This has kind of always been my style. So I never wanted to kind of do that, but if we have to, we will. And that's where we're at. But that's it. All right? All right, guys. Thank you. But I think I lost service. What I was trying to say was I was frustrated that I have to address this stuff. The way social media works, with just how things spread fast, false narratives, and all those things, it would be irresponsible for me not to address this stuff that she said on her live. And that's what I was saying. And I asked her a few questions, and I said, have you seen yourself on TV prior to Zeus and during your time at Zeus? That was like the first couple questions I had asked. And then I said, we've always, presented you, or we've always given you the platform and the opportunity for you to present yourself the way you want to be presented. We've given you creative freedom to do exactly that. That's what I was saying on camera. So I'm just trying to like process everything that was said, because there has been so many, and I said this earlier before my signal went out. I said there's been so many altercations involving you that have been broadcast over the course of your entire career, which could have been decades, I'm not sure, and over multiple platforms and networks. And the behavior that you're trying to attribute to me is behavior that you've actually shown towards your cast members and your castmates, and it's all captured.
That you got paid off, that you had no problem with. This is not helping you, sir. You broadcast that shit on your network, okay? And you had no problem with that because you were making money off of it. So while I would definitely not absolve Joseline for her behavior, on the show, but ultimately you own the network. You had nothing to do with you had no problem with that shit when it was happening. So don't go trying to act like she was an independent contractor on an independent network. She was on your network. Okay? She was your number one, okay? So let's not even play.
Captured on camera, it's all recorded, okay? You accused me today of threatening you physically, which has never happened. I have never physically threatened you. I'm not even a violent person. I don't.
You're not a violent person. You just profit from violence. Gotcha.
Threaten people. It's never existed a day in my life. I don't threaten people physically. You accuse me of being a predator. You accuse me of abuse physically, emotionally, mentally, and even said that I'm sex trafficking women, which is so egregious. It's so ridiculous, and it's completely false. So the fact that you are saying these things is very hurtful in a real way, because it just does not exist.
If it was that hurtful, your lawyer would be responding and not you. You would not be open to an amicable settling between the two of you, because she did make very strong allegations.
Okay, that's my name.
Joseline gonna get her money, watch.
It's my business and it's my life. Okay? That's what this is about and why I am live. I'm a human just like everybody else, and I'm not gonna allow you to do that. Okay? You claim I've threatened you. Where have I threatened? Where is Ballistic? Where is your husband?
That's what I want to know. Ballistic, where the hell are you? Why is it that your pregnant wife is going live in distress this way? Where is this whole ass nigga? Where is he at? Where is Ballistic? Why does Lemuel think he could play with your wife? That's what we want to know.
Why isn't he calling me, texting me? Where is he at? If somebody threatened my girl, I'm getting on the phone and I'm going to call them. I'm not going to go live on social media and say I made a threat to harm somebody. Like, that doesn't even make logical sense. Nobody's ever sent you a text. Where's this text message? Where's the text message? Please show the text message, because you know me, I will have no problem showing the text messages. There was no like real threat ever. There's never been any threat ever, real anything. I have never threatened you. You, your family, your husband, it's never existed. So please show whatever receipts that you're talking about regarding threatening you, because it just doesn't exist. These are all false claims. They're all false. Okay? I'm not a street person. I've never been in a gang. I've never been arrested. I've never been to jail.
And that is not helping you, okay? Because all I'm hearing is you ain't never bossed up ever. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you got to go to jail or do anything like that. But what I'm saying is he's a textbook incel church boy. PK ain't never raised his voice to anybody, ain't never fought nobody, ain't never whooped nobody's ass, ain't never walked in a room and commanded anything until he got some money, which is why he's whooping that girl's ass and being passive aggressive with her online and whooping Janisha's ass and threatening these girls and facilitating women to degrade themselves on camera for his pockets. Okay? All of that, I never been to jail. Honey, you ain't been yet. You ain't been yet.
I have never been to prison. And to say I'm out here threatening people and banging on people, you specifically, is crazy. Like I said it earlier in my statement, I'm like, Joseline, you could probably beat me up. You could probably beat me up. Look at my size, the optics of it. And look at Ballistic and me and you. Like, it doesn't even, and to say I'm putting hits, and I don't even think like that. I don't even come from that. That's not who I am. That's not how I was brought up at all. Just doesn't exist. And I was very fortunate and blessed to have amazing parents and amazing family, and we've always treated people right from a moral standpoint, and we've always done good business, and I've done my best. That's what it is. So at the end of the day, it's just crazy to me. I may argue from time to time, but what you're accusing me of is just completely false. And to say I have people overseas calling you and making threats like I'm tied to some religious group overseas or some mob is just, it is insane. I know we work with a lot of people who, you know, like probably wouldn't pass a psych eval or a background check, because usually when you work for more traditional networks, that's what they require. You have to like check those boxes: background check, psych eval. So if they see any red flags, they're like, no. We've been very flexible in that area. So I'm just trying to process this stuff. Like, where do you come up with these things? These are just, I've never heard this stuff. And people out there that maybe it's just insane. It's insane. So I'm like kind of mind boggled. You know, if anything, you've made threats towards me. You've made threats towards me in our group text today, which you've made some crazy threats, not only in today, but since I've ever met you. You've had this erratic response at times where you would be impulsive and make threats. You threatened to kill my dogs at one point in time. You threatened to attack my brother. You know, you put me in weird situations business-wise. You know, when you, even at the Miami thing at an arena, when you got arrested. Like, it's like, you know, I'm just trying to process this. Like, over the years.
If you did what Joseline is saying that you did, I'm sure she said some really foul things to you, and I'm sure I'm sure they landed where they needed to.
We've put up at Zeus, and my team have put up with your abuse, your threats towards me, my team, my producers, my talent department. You've bullied cast members, and
you let her do that? Wait a minute, hold on. You, the man who is not violent, you let her bully cast members, you let her bully your staff, and you've been putting up with well, why? Why would you put up with something like that? Is it because she really does know or has seen something that she shouldn't see? Because, like, if it's my network and some big brawly bitch is threatening and almost messing up my paper, she got to go. Why was she allowed to do that if that's what she was doing?
And my team, you've bullied these people over the years, and I've sat back and allowed some things because of discussions that we've had, and it just, you know, I always thought you'd get it right. So, you know, not only have you made threats towards me, I've put up with certain things while you've done these things, all these altercations that have happened while you've either appeared to be high or on some substance abuse, under some influence.
We know she was on cocaine, just like she told us, and just like you knew. She probably snorted lines in your face. Y'all probably shared a few. Like, her and Scotty probably tooted together. So what is this? Like, this is some serious deflection here. Serious deflection.
Like, I've had to deal with that. You know, I don't do drugs. I don't do anything like that. I may have a casual drink, but I don't do anything like that. I don't like things altering my brain to that degree where you see me respond like that. You also said, well, actually, what you said about Janisha and Scotty was not only hurtful, but it crossed so many lines, because those are women that I actually care about. Scotty specifically, who I love and am in love with, and who I have an actual baby with, a newborn. And, you know, they didn't deserve to hear you say that foolishness. They just didn't. You don't know anything about my personal life. You know nothing about my personal life. We've never gone on double dates. We've never hung out. We don't hang out outside of on set when I've come to set periodically. There's been no personal anything. I've never been to your house. I don't even know where you live. You've never been to my house. And if you have, it might have been for a public event of some sort. I don't know you like that, okay? So to act like these people are calling you and saying these things are just so false. They've never communicated or vented to you about anything that has ever gone on in my personal life with either of them. So just it doesn't even make logical sense. At the end of the day, all this is happening because you don't want to honor your contract. That's what all this is about. You not honoring your contract. That's it. You don't want to honor your contract, and so we've taken action, rightfully so, and we've tried to reason with you. But I'm not going to allow you to bully me. I'm not going to allow you to create these scare tactics by going on social media and thinking I'm not going to respond. I don't care what the comments say. I don't. They can call me whatever they want. I'm not Diddy Jr. I'm not any of these people that they say. I don't care. I know who I am, and I know whose I am. And I have been a great boss to you. I've been a great boss to so many others. I've provided jobs and opportunities. I get it. No one's perfect. Nobody on the planet is perfect. We all have things we have to work on. We all have things we have to grow from. And we all have, I believe we all have things that, we seek sometimes professional help on. We go to God, we pray. That's just life. That's humans. We're all humans. So, at the end of the day, it's just not cool. So I'm just, look, as a man, I'm not going to allow you to go on here and try to do what you're doing and because you're not wanting to honor your agreement. And instead of handling it privately, like we've tried to do, it's turned into this public circus of random accusations that don't even make logical sense. Clearly, I said earlier on my live, you're pregnant. I respect that. Nobody's trying to attack you. Nobody's trying to come for you. I understand hormones are probably all over the place. You're extremely emotional. I'm sure it's probably stressful for Ballistic. I'm sure it's probably stressful for maybe you, and I'm sure for you, but even family members or friends. And I empathize and sympathize with that. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to come on here and disparage my character, me. It's not going to happen. I don't care what the comments say. I don't. So, and I appreciate the people who do understand what's happening and who have supported the right side of this. And it's very unfortunate that we're here, but this is where we're at. So, and I'll speak my truth. So that's it. And I've always been respectful to you and Ballistic. I've always been respectful to your daughter and your family. I've never gone online and said half of the things that you tweet, that you accuse me of, which is a reflection of you. So I have never done those things. I may put up a statement. I may respond because I'm getting attacked as a human being. So I'm going to respond as a human being, even though I am a boss, even though I have been your boss. Yes, I'm going to respond. I have no problem with you. I'm very proud of you starting your network. Do it. Go do it. But we have to honor the agreement. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. So again, I understand you're pregnant, and I understand you're going to keep going on live and you're going to keep posting all these random things to try to get my attention, to try to put people against me. I get it. You can do it. So the people who are here for me are for me, and the people that love me, and they know who I am, and that's it. That's all it is. So, and that goes for you too. So I hope we can honestly, I still have love in my heart for you and your family and Ballistic. I do, even with everything that you've said, to completely try to disparage and try to attack my character. I still, in my heart, have love, genuine love and care, which is not common for people, because look at the people we deal with on a day-to-day basis. No offense to anybody, but these are people who come from all different walks of life. And we respect everybody. We try to position everybody. Yes, we get it. Zeus is very loud. We're a provocative network. And I've been saying over the years, I'm trying to diversify our content. The fans love our shows. They love your show. They love your show. They love baddies. So.
Okay. So, yeah, that's it. That's all. And surviving Zeus Network, as you guys are saying in the chat, is definitely coming soon. Okay. Here's my synopsis of what we're looking at. And actually, I think I wanna play this video. If you're watching the playback and you don't see the video, it's because it would probably be because of a copyright situation. Because I'm not sure if you know what, I think I'll just make it just make the video a little I'll just change the opacity of it so that I can't get a ding for it. But there's another lady that came out talking about some stuff. There's the situations with the mysterious deaths. There's other people that have said that Scotty was getting beat. There are other people that have come out saying that there were sinister things going on. And like I said when we started, he was going to be able to use Joseline's past antics against her and to discredit her. And I'm not surprised by that at all. Let me show you guys this. And then I have to get out of here because we got to do a Patreon only. And I need to get with but because Shalita's gonna break down what happened. I'm gonna do it on Patreon because y'all know Shalita. Y'all know how Shalita do. Shalita gonna be talking all kind of crazy stuff. She gonna say whatever she want to say because she's raw, and I don't want to cut her off. But we will put up a YouTube friendly version of it. We'll get that edited as soon as possible for YouTube. But we're gonna take her to Patreon because I don't even think I can put it on members, because I think if it's just on YouTube, they've been demonetizing people like crazy, right? And messing with people. I ain't trying to go. You know what I'm saying? But let's take a look at this really quick.
And that person was me. And I finally feel the courage to speak about it because I was put into some situations that I didn't want to be in. I don't think no woman, no girl should be put in those positions, and I was put in them.
Do you feel like you were manipulated? Do you feel like you were controlled?
He kept everyone away from me in order to control me so that I couldn't hear anything from you. I can't hear anything from any executives. I can't hear anything from anyone. I can only hear what he's telling me.
Your executive, like sexual things.
Your executive should be talking you up like, this is a dope network, this is a dope dude, and he's thorough and he's solid. It wasn't that. It was, you're not going to talk to Christina. That's my girl. You're not going to look at her, get away from her. And so that's called triangulation. It's a way to keep control of everyone in the room so that no one can get to you except for them. And I can only be what he's telling me. I'm a girl from the hood. I ain't got This is a rich person. This is a powerful person. I am believing what he's saying. I'm worth what he's saying I'm worth.
It went from like
it was dark.
Hey,
you
my
guys
name's
walked
Christina
away.
and I'm this guy to full blown manipulation
Straight
narcissist.
up, we're gonna stay in this room for 3 to 4 hours until you do what I tell you to do. And if you do leave this room, you're not getting because it's my show now. I own it. You guys signed over your rights. And when I signed my contract, I was on the phone with him and I was so excited. I was like, oh, I should probably get a lawyer because Megan James, she has a lawyer and she's telling me that I need to have a lawyer. And he said, no. You're not doing all that. Yeah. Sign it right now so we can get over with. Done up. I want to say within 11 minutes, the call was wrapped up. And he sucked up every little bit of creativity I had.
You know one thing? Natalie knew. You shared your story with.
She knew.
You shared.
In fact, she told me.
The only
which I'm going to show the screenshots right now.
The OnlyFans project.
She told me, bitch, make sure we get that show. You say the comment you remember, Rocky.
All right. So there we have it. I will see those of you that are on my Patreon in about an hour and a half. We're going to do the raw uncut, but we will have a YouTube version ready as well by tomorrow. Thank you guys for supporting. Don't forget to sub up if you like the vibe here. And if you guys have any tips on this story, because I want to follow up on this, send them to me on IG myself or either Aaliyah TV on IG. I will see you guys later. Y'all take care. And let me know what y'all think down in the comments, though. All right. Peace.